Hello everyone, hope you're doing great today. Today's drawing was suggested by one of my subscribers. They said they enjoy watching me do these intricate mazes, so I went ahead and grabbed myself a pen. But before I could get started, I had to decide which pen I wanted to use. I've been using my fountain pens a lot recently, and I wanted to switch it up a bit. I had to choose between the fountain pen, the fine liners, the Sharpie pen. I ended up deciding just using one of my microns. It was a 0.5. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of maze drawings, and I remember we would have a bunch of spare printer paper that was really cheap and get a bulk amount of it, and I would just keep drawing a bunch of mazes on it, and I would be inspired by some of the shows I watched as a kid and the little cartoons and everything, and I would draw some of the characters in different corners, and I would draw it really complicated and everything and try to see if my mom or my sister could figure it out. My mom would sometimes go to the store and give me a huge poster board, and I would grab a pen, a marker, or a pencil, and I'd start doodling and drawing different things on there. Often I would draw a bunch of little stick figures, or I'd draw dinosaurs, and there was a couple times where I had a big poster board and I started doodling and drawing huge mazes on it and pretty much anything that came to my mind. And I would put in the corner a cartoon character that you were supposed to save, and I'd mark at the beginning with a little green marker, or I would just put on there start or go, and then at the end I would put end or finish. And I remember doing these sitting there in the living room, and I'd have the whole thing just laid out on the floor, taking up most of the space, and people had trouble walking through because I had little pencils and pens laying all over the place. But it was fun doing that, just laying there, getting to be a kid, and didn't have to worry about a whole bunch of responsibilities and everything that you have to deal with when you get older. And that's why now when I think back to when I was younger, I try not to take everything so serious. I mean, I'm serious about life in that I try really hard and I push myself to always improve and to be a better person. But I don't take it so serious to the point to where I don't take the time to just be myself, or to just realize all that I've overcome and where I'm going in life, and to just be yourself, really. I think back to when I was a kid, when you're not really worried about making mistakes when you're drawing. You're not so worried about if you have to start over, because when you're a kid, you're not worried about making mistakes. You're just worried about being in that moment. And the enjoyment you get doing it, during it, is all that really matters to you. You have all these ideas that come up to you, and you're just thinking of all these creative ways to do things and to build things. And when I remember when I was younger, I'd always come up with these crazy inventions, and I tell my mom about them, and I try to start drawing them. And I think back to that, and it reminds me of some of the drawings that Da Vinci did of his inventions of like flying machines and everything. But I was nowhere near that level, obviously. And I'd have these little doodles laying all over the place, and I would occasionally go to the library, and I'd get some books, and I'd look at some of the pictures in there, and I would try to draw the dinosaurs or whatever characters or anything that I'd seen in the books. So don't be afraid of failures and mistakes, because one thing I've learned is that my love for drawing will always be much stronger than my fear of failure. So never give up, look up, keep your head up, and keep creating. Thank you. Have a good day.